you ever wondered how it is like to be blind? Feeling that the world has come to an end without yet living to its fullest.
There goes a saying that the eyes are the windows to the soul and all men are born equal. But the sad truth is that this is not the case for some people. Dogs have been used as early as the 1800s as an alternative to the white cane. In Malaysia, there are many restrictions imposed on guide dogs because guide dogs are not listed as service dogs. With that in mind, our team has set out to investigate the guide dog situation in Malaysia.
My name is Stephen Chan. I lost my eyesight at the age of 45 due to glaucoma. Since 2014, I brought back the first guide dog. His name is LaShawn into Malaysia. It's one of our work to advocate for the rights of the visually impaired people. With a guide dog, it makes their life more independent. They can go hospitals, go see doctors, or even go and have a cafe, just like any normal human being. The guide dogs can help them achieve that.
However, Stevens experiences difficulties while traveling with LaShawn due to the restrictions they face when it comes to public transportation.
Well, most of the time, it's my wife who takes me around, but in events where she can't go, so then I will call a cab, and most of the time, Eddie will come and pick me up.
My name is Mohammad Kamil Effendi, but my parents call me Eddie. Currently, I'm a cab driver. I think guide dog is good because the dog are actually obedient to the owner. So the dog going to just stay still all the way. There's one time that I saw a video. I shared that video on Facebook. I said, like, if I were the taxi driver, I'm just gonna let him in plus the dogs. Someone with guide dog need, right? So why can't I do that? Yeah.
Before picking up Stevens and LaShawn, there are a few precautionary steps that Eddie has to take.
As usual, I'll just put the cover on. Underneath the cover is newspaper, so if anything happens, I have to take care of the cleanliness.
Eddie has a soft spot for animals, including dogs, but as a Muslim himself, he still has to follow the rituals after touching dogs. Thus, he has to wash his hands with a soap that contains a soil formula and rinse 6 times with water. Muslims call this ritual samak. In Malaysia, there are a few guide dog friendly malls that allow LaShawn to enter.
Well, up to now, it's still only 3 shopping malls, which is the Mines in Sedang, Sunway Pyramid, and Jaiwan in PJ. The other malls have yet to allow me and LaShawn to go.
Our mall is actually a guide dog-friendly mall whereby we allow visually impaired person to actually bring his guide dog. When the person brings the guide dog into the mall, the number one thing that he needs to do is to register himself at our information counter. He needs to show his guide dog ID, and the dog must be on the leash all the time when he walks in the mall. And upon registration, what we do is we inform our security guard. When people, they are not in the known about guide dog, they get a bit scared. Sometimes they don't understand, so it's about education. So I think education will be the key for future malls operators when it comes to the visually impaired people.
It is one of their wishes to educate the public on the acceptance of guide dogs. So we asked ourselves, what are the views of the Malaysian public on guide dogs?
对盲人来讲，因为他们行动不方便嘛，如果有导盲犬帮助他们去他们要的地方是非常好。
Guide dog is actually for people who are blind to guide them when they are walking.
Saya rasa it's time lah for Malaysia kita macam untuk buat benda yang baru sebab dekat luar negara pun ada benda ni.
Ia adalah satu keperluan.
Muslim, there is no problem with dog actually.
Dengan keadaan dalam bulu dia tu kering, semua tu kita boleh pegang. Lepas tu kita kena samak lah.
导盲犬，我觉得不像一般的狗，他们就有受过训练的。
Sudah dilatih untuk menjaga tuan dia.
Why not kita cuba benda yang baru, and then this is benda yang positif lah, bukan yang negatif yang akan memudaratkan diri sendiri. For me it's better lah.
Malaysians accept guide dogs, but they do not understand the importance of listing guide dogs as service dogs. whereas the authorities has not yet acknowledged guide dogs as service dogs.
The past 2 years we have been rather quiet because there's a lot of places that I can't go. I can't even take him to many parks. So basically in this last 2 years, LaShawn has been more like a pet rather than a guide dog. Simply because we are not allowed to work.
We wanted to further investigate on this issue. However, what we got in return are rejections and even no response from the related authorities.
Nanti cik tunggu kita punya jawapan lah. Semua pegawai kami sedang sibuk. Nanti saya cuba refer dekat kita punya department. So saya akan call balik lah. Refer dengan SPAD, Sahaja Perkhidmatan Awam Darat. Memang tak dibenarkan lah untuk membawa apa-apa binatang.
We really wish to achieve that the government will look at it from that perspective, that if they can classify a guide dog as a service dog, it will certainly make a lot of difference to the life of a visually impaired person. And of course, having said that, we need to do a lot more education to us to let the public and even the authorities to know the importance of a guide dog. They are there to serve and to help the blind. And finally, if we can get these objectives met, our hope is to be able to build that guide dog school, hopefully within the next few years. At least LaShawn can get to school, to see the school before he passes on. He's really 5 years old.
In spite of the growing development in Malaysia, are we placing our priorities in the wrong baskets? Who really decides on these policies? When we first began our research, the news reported that SPAD allow guide dogs on public transportation. However, when we contacted them for confirmation, they claimed otherwise.
Memang tak boleh bawa anjing ataupun tak kisahlah dia anjing paduan ke atau apa.
Such disparities only discourage our goals to truly becoming a fully developed nation, especially when we do not keep everyone's needs in mind. Guide dogs are like the eyes to the visually impaired. They help them with mobility. We must help to ensure a better future for them, and we believe that the first step begins with the authorities.